Hello there, welcome back to Really Good Crochet. My name's Ali and today we're going to be making the Granny's Wild Rose Square. This is the motif that I've designed to go with the Granny trellis square, which I'm going to be making up into a baby blanket pattern for you. Now every step of that process will be on a playlist that will be up on my channel, and in the meantime, if you are a new crocheter, then there is also a playlist for new crocheters, so that you can learn how to crochet, including how to crochet a basic granny square, so that you can then come back round to this and make this motif along with us, and make this baby blanket along with us all as well. Now, the full details for the materials that I'm using will be in the description box down below, along with a link to the playlist and a link to the playlist if you are a new crocheter. Now, this is using DK or double knitting or 3-weight yarn. So I have my 4mm crochet hook. I also have a pair of scissors. And later on you'll also need a darning needle for weaving in your ends. Today I'm going to be using yellow and plum and cream yarn. So starting off with the yellow yarn to the centre. Now the centre of the motif is made up of 8 double crochet with a single crochet with a chain between each of the double crochets. Now you can start either with a chain 4 loop, so you would chain 4, slip stitch into the bottom chain and then make your double crochets into that loop. I'm going to be starting with a magic loop with a magic ring. This is how I make mine. I take the cut end of yarn, I loop that over the working end. The working end is the end that comes from the ball or skein of yarn. I pinch the bottom of the loop that is made. I feed the cut end of yarn into the loop as if I'm going to be making a knot. I pop the working end over my finger. I grab my hook. I pop it into the loop and pop it into the ring and pull up a loop. I make a chain to secure and I have my magic ring. Now in order to start we need a chain of 4. I already have 1 chain, so I need 3 more. 1, 2 and 3. Now that chain 4 is 3 chains to count as your first double crochet and 1 chain as your separating chain. We now need 7 more double crochets with a chain in between each one. So yarn over the hook, into the loop, or into the ring, sorry, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, pull through 2, yarn over the hook, pull through 2. Now we like to take our time around here, but if you'd like to slow me down further, you can do that via the settings, which is through the cogwheel that you can find if you're watching using your mobile phone, is in the top corner just here. If you're watching on your laptop, is down there. Now we've got a double crochet. Now we need to chain 1. We'll do that again. Yarn over, into the loop, into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. So now we have 3 double crochet, yarn over the hook, into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. So now we have 4 double crochet. And now we have 5. And 6. And 7. Now let's just count round to make sure. 1, that's including that chain 1 there, that chain 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you've made your 8th double crochet, don't forget to chain 1 again. Now you need to slip stitch into your beginning chain, so into the 3rd chain up from the bottom, slip stitch into that 3rd chain, slip stitch into the chain space, and grab your scissors and leaving a long enough tail for weaving in afterwards. Slip off, pull up, pull tight, and you have your center of your flower. Now the petals of the flower, in the first round of the petals of the flower, these are made by making 5 double crochet together, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Just going to work out some yarn here. Now we could do a standing crochet, but to keep this nice and simple, I'm going to pop a slip stitch onto my hook. Now you can join in any one of the chain spaces. I'm going to join into the chain space we just slip stitched into, out of rather, and that's so that we can work over both tails as we go. It's a nice way of avoiding having to weave in quite so many ends. Now we're going to start with a chain of 2. 1 and 2. Now that chain 2 counts as your first partial double crochet. Let me show you what I mean. Yarn over the hook into the chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. You're not going to complete that double crochet yet. Yarn over the hook, back into that chain space, pull up another loop, yarn over the hook, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over the hook, back into the chain space, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Then one more time, yarn over the hook, into the space, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You have 4 partial double crochets hanging from your hook and your chain 2, which counts as your 5th partial double crochet. Yarn over the hook, pull through all 5 loops and then chain 2. Now, into the next chain space, you're going to make 5 double crochet together. Let me show you what that looks like. It's more or less the same as that first one, except you're going to do it with all 5 double crochet made together. So into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, back into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, back into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You now have 6 loops on your hook and 5 partially made double crochets hanging down from your hook. Yarn over, pull through all of those loops and then chain 2. And you're going to do that in every one of the chain 1 spaces around. So let's do that again together. Yarn over, into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And one more time, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 6 loops on your hook and 5 partially made double crochets. Yarn over, pull through all of the loops and chain 2. Remember to chain 2, that's important. And now you do that all the way around in each of the chain spaces. We'll do another one of those together, and then I'll take this off camera so that I can get that completed. There's 4. There's 5. Pull through all of the loops and chain 2. So I'm just going to take this off camera now and finish this up, and then I'll meet you back here as we're finishing the last one so that I can show you what we do next. Okay, so we're just coming to the last one. I've chained 2. I'm going to do the last one now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, and then once you've completed that last petal and chained 2, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the first petal, and then you're going to slip stitch into the chain space. Now, the second round of petals, in each chain 2 space, make 2 petals, which are made using 4 double crochet together. Each petal is separated by a chain 1, and then when we've made both petals, we then chain 1 again before moving to the next chain space to make another 2 petals. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me just work out some more yarn very quickly. Make sure I don't have to fuss with that. Okay, so we're going to start with another chain 2, and that counts as your first partially made double crochet. Yarn over the hook, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then stop, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 4 loops on your hook. You have 3 partially made double crochets and your chain 2, which counts as your fourth partially made double crochet. You yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. You then chain 1. Now back into the same space, you're going to make another petal. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 5 loops on your hook and you have 4 partially made double crochets hanging down from your hook. You yarn over and pull through all of those loops. You then chain 1. And now you're going to move into the next chain 2 space. You're going to make 2 more petals with each petal separated by a chain 1. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 5 loops on your hook and 4 partially made double crochets. Yarn over, pull through all of those loops and chain 1 and scooch that over a little bit. Give it a scooch. And then we're going to work back into the same space and make another petal. So yarn over, pull up a loop once, twice, three times, and 4 times. You've got your 4 partially made double crochets and 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all of the loops and chain 1. And you're going to repeat that in each chain 2 space all the way around. So let's do that together again. Once, twice, three times, 4 times, scooch that over, and then again, once, twice, three times, four times. I'm going to do that with you one more time, and then I'm going to take this off camera and complete that before joining you back up to show you how we complete that this round. So into the next space, remember to chain one after you've completed that petal, once, twice, three times, four times. All the loops, chain one, scooch that over, and then once, twice, three times, four times, and chain one. So I'm just going to take this off camera now, and then I will meet you back up here so I can show you how we complete this round. I'm just about to complete the last petal. Then once you've completed the last petal, make sure to chain one after you've completed the last petal, and then once you've done that, slip stitch to the top of the first petal and slip stitch into the chain space. Grab your scissors, make sure to leave a long end for weaving in afterwards. Pull up, pull out, pull tight, and then we're ready to move on to the next round, which is with the cream yarn. Let me just pull some of that out so that I don't have to faff around. Oop. She says, very nearly sending everything everywhere just then. Okay, so you need to start with popping a slip knot onto your hook. Now, you need to pop your slip knot in between two petals, but when I say in between two petals, what I mean is in between two petals that are in the chain two space. So not in between a set of two petals, but in between two petals that are in a chain two space. So you've got these two petals in a chain two space here, these two petals in a chain two space here. So for argument's sake, I'm going to join here in the chain in the 2 petals that we've just finished. There we go. Now you're going to start with a chain of 4. That chain 4 counts as your last double crochet and your corner. What you're making now is you're making most of your last corner here, because this is where we square off. So yarn over the hook, and into that chain 1 space you're going to make 2 double crochet. One and 2, and then when we come back around we'll complete that corner. And then once you've done that, chain 1. It is very, very important that after each corner and each set of 2 double crochets you make sure to chain 1. Now into the very next chain 1 space, make 2 double crochets. So into the very, very next chain 1 space right next to where you've made most of your last corner, make 2 double crochets and then chain 1. Now you're going to skip over these 2 petals here. Excuse me just a moment, because we've got dog happening stage left and I need to engage in some bribery and corruption. What you can hear now is the sound of bribery and corruption. So you're skipping over these 2 petals here, and into this chain 1 space here you're going to make 2 double crochet. And then chain 1. Into this chain 1 space here, in between these 2 petals, you're going to make a new corner, and your new corner is always going to be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then chain 1. Into the very next chain 1 space, right next to it, you're going to make 2 double crochet. And then you're going to skip over these 2 petals and into this chain 1 space right here. So let's skip, skip, and into this chain 1 space right here, you're going to make 2 double crochet. Then chain 1, and into this very next chain 1 space right here, you're going to make a new corner, and that is again going to be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then chain 1, and in the very next chain 1 space right here, 2 double crochet. And chain 1, and skip, skip, and into this chain 1 space here, 2 double crochet. You can either think of it as skipping 2 petals or skipping 1 chain 1 space. Your flower motif will pop up, and that's absolutely fine. Now into the very next chain 1 space, you're going to make your last corner. So that's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Chain 1, and into this chain 1 space right next to it, your 2 double crochet, hang on a minute, excuse me while I uncatch some yarn. That's it. And chain 1, and into this chain 1 space here, make 2 double crochet, then chain 1. Now you just need to complete this corner here, and you need to just put in 1 final double crochet, You need to slip stitch into the third chain up from the bottom, slip stitch into the chain space, and then you're ready to go for the next round. So what we're going to be doing, I just show you, as I say, don't worry about the flower motif popping up, that's absolutely fine, that's what it's going to be doing at this stage. So what you're going to be doing now is you're going to be making the lattice around the flower. So let me show you what that looks like. So you're going to start with a chain of 4. That counts as your last double crochet and your corner chain. And then straight back into the chain space, you're going to make 2 double crochet. And chain 1. Okay, so in order to make the lattice work, you have to do some front posting now. And you're going to be front posting round a number of these double crochet. So you're going to be front posting around this one first of all, from the round below, and this double crochet from the corner from the round below. So yarn over, you're going to slide your hook round from front to back to front. Let me show you that again. Yarn over, from front to back to front. Grab the yarn, pull up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. That chain 1 is very important. It gives you the room to make the front posts that you're going to be making in the third round. There's only one more round after this one. And yarn over. Now you're going to come across in front of that that front post that you've just made. So come right in front of the one that you've just made. Slide your hook in between those 2 double crochet from the corner double crochets of the round below, from front to back to front of that double crochet there. So let me show you that again. Bring your hook right in front of the front post that you've just made. Slide your hook in between those 2 double crochet there. Bring your hook behind that double crochet, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then chain 1. I promise it's not as complicated as you think it might be. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing again with these 2 double crochet. And it's the chain ones that give you the space to do it. So yarn over, from front to back to front, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, and now you're going to make a front post around this one here. So come right in front of that front post you've just made, slide your hook in between those 2 double crochet in the round below, go behind that double crochet, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. And we're going to do that one more time in between these 2 here. So in between this one and then this one. Okay? So yarn over, get behind that post, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then chain 1 and yarn over, come right in front of that post you've just made, slide your hook in between those 2 double crochet, slide your hook right behind the post of that double crochet, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. Okay, take a breath. You've got this. You're doing great, I promise. Now once you've completed that, you're into your corner, nice and simple, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And then chain 1. So we're going to do all of that again. We'll take it nice and slowly. It's absolutely fine. So yarn over, get behind the post. Hang on. We're going behind this one and then this one. I really love this little pair of scissors, actually. Really cute. Okay. Grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, come right in front of that post that you've just made, right in front of it. You're going to be bending it over, and that's absolutely fine. Slide your hook in between those 2 double crochet, pop your hook behind that post, grab the yarn, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. You're doing great. You were nervous of it and you're doing absolutely great. Look at you. Right, so the next 2, this one and then this one. So yarn over, pull up a nice tall loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1. You'll see why that's so important in the next round. Then yarn over, come right in front of that post you've just made, slide your hook in between and then under, pull up a nice tall loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1. And now we're going to do this one and this one. Pull up nice and tall, and then when you come to that next post, come right in front of that post you've just made, pull it up nice and tall, now you're going to make your next corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Just going to feed out some more yarn very quickly. With this round in particular, I think it's important that I do each side, all the sides with you. Okay, so once again, it's going to be this one and it's going to be this one. Okay, don't forget, after your corner, chain 1. Those chains provide the space you need. So pull it up nice and tall, take your time, don't rush. Come down right in front like that. If you've made the trellis square already, or if you've watched the trellis square tutorial, then you should have a good idea about how to make that. It is a good idea to watch that first, but if you haven't watched that yet, when you do go and watch that tutorial, you'll know what you're doing. Okay, then chain one, and then we're going to do this one and this one. Chain one, come right in front like that, and chain one. Make sure to pull your double crochets up nice and tall for this part. Help give you the space. And once you've completed your third crossover, chain one, and you're into your corner. That's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then chain 1. And then one last time for this round. Front post under there. Come across in front of that one. Front post around there. Then chain 1. Front post around there. Chain in between the post stitches. You'll need the space when you're making the third round of posts. And then this last crossover here. Chain 1. You have one more double crochet to make into your corner here. And then you slip stitch into the third chain from the bottom. Slip stitch into the chain space. And then you're ready to begin your last round. Let me just fiddle with the yarn here, bear with me. I have a knot. I don't like it when knots happen. Okay, knot has been resolved, finally. So, chain 4. That's for your last double crochet and for your corner chain. And into your chain, back into your chain space, make 2 double crochet, and then you'll complete your corner when you come back around. Chain 1. Now, you are going to be making your post stitch around this double crochet, the one lying on the underneath of the 2 crossed over here, and this double crochet from the corner stitch of the row below. Let me show you what that looks like. This is why chaining in between the crossing over is so important. So yarn over, slide your hook up into that chain space, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, come back in front of that post stitch you've made, come in between those 2 stitches, slide your hook up and under, pull up a tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. Now, you're going to be making your post stitches around the stitch underneath the crossover here and on top of the crossover here, which is a nice easy one to get. So, yarn over, slide your hook up into that chain 1 space that you made, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, come right in front of that post stitch you've just made, slide your hook under that post stitch lying on top of the crossover stitches there, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. You're going to do exactly the same thing here. So, yarn over, come under the chain 1 space there, slide your hook into that chain 1 space, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then chain 1, then yarn over, come in front of that post stitch you've just made, slide your hook under that post stitch there, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. And then you're going to be making your post stitch around this double crochet from the corner stitch on the row below, and this double crochet laying on top of the crossover post stitches there. This is a much easier round. Once you've got the lattice stitch is laid down, it gets much easier. Chain 1, come in front of that post stitch, grab the yarn, chain 1. This is completely customizable in size. If you wanted to make a larger lattice square, you can increase the number of lattice rounds around the flower motif. Into your corner, you make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then chain 1, and we'll do that again together. So slide your hook, come under that chain 1 space, slide your hook into that chain 1 space and grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, come in front of that post stitch that you've just made, slide it in between those 2 double crochet there, under the double crochet of the corner stitch of the round below, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. And now again, we're going to be working in between these 2 here. So yarn over, come under that chain 1 space, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then come in front of that post stitch that you've just made, come under that post stitch laying on top of those crossover stitches there, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1. We'll do that again, yarn over, come under the chain 1 space, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, come right in front of that post stitch, slide your hook under the post stitch that's laying on top of those 2 stitches, post stitches there, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 1. And then between these 2 here, post stitch around that one, chain 1, come right in front of it, post stitch around that post stitch, and chain 1. Now you're into that corner space, so you're making a new corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on crocheting along this side. Like that. We're very nearly there, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off camera and finish this off, and then I'm going to come back once we're at the end, and I'll show you how we finish off. Okay, so I'm just finishing off this side now. Just have these last couple of front posts to do here. Chain 1 and here. Chain 1 and 1 more double crochet to finish off that corner. I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, slip stitch into the corner space, leave a tail for weaving in, snip off, pull up, pull out, pull tight, and your square, Granny's Wild Rose square, is made. Some weaving in needs to be done, although if you've worked over your tails there, all you actually need to do at this point is that. Those other 3 I will weave in later. I am not the girl for showing you weaving in. Between my dyspraxia and my occasional shakiness because of actual nerve damage, I'm not the girl for showing you about weaving in, I'm afraid. But there you go. Before you've blocked your square out, that flower will pop out a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Once it's been blocked out, it will lay. It might still pop out just a little bit, but again, that's absolutely fine. We want it to have a little bit of life to it. If you have any questions at all about the process, pop it into the comments. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It all helps out in the algorithm. The next video will be some more crochet lessons on extending your crochet stitches. So I look forward to joining you for that. In the meantime, I hope that you're looking forward to your Christmas season and spending time with the people that you love most in the world. And I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Do take care. Bye bye.